We're live! Hang on, I'm gonna try to adjust this camera a little bit. Yeah, can't set the Coke right there.
Oh, is it in the shot?
Definitely in the shot. Actually, I was gonna say your phone's in the shot too. That should be okay-ish.
I gotta watch an ad before I can see her live.
Oh, fun. Oh, this is so weird. I won't be able to, I'll have to watch it on the way there.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Sorry, it's a little different tonight because we are out of town for our 6th wedding anniversary, so we have to read your comments from my phone. So
Yes, my phone is streaming, and her phone is. Oh, yeah, it's in the shot. Oh, I don't know if the coffee cup is going to be in the shot. It is.
So bear with us as we figure out this new
Yeah,
setup.
we're going to figure this out here.
All right. Hi, Brandon and Rodney. And now I can't see. And Hitman and Jesse.
Jesse.
The Game and Dodge. I don't think I've seen you on here before, so hello.
I believe it's pronounced Doug. Oh, I can hear it. The echo.
I mean, you can sound like you want
Yeah.
to. If that bothers you.
It does a little. There we go. Hi, Don. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, today, for any of you who do not know, today is our actual wedding anniversary, November 23rd. So, we've come to a special town for us to spend the weekend. Brandon, we're in Boone.
Yes.
Yeah.
He went to college at App State, so
Yeah.
we came up to Boone.
We spent a lot of time here when we were teenagers. So.
We've been together for 11 years and married for 6 of those.
Mhm.
So.
Thank you, Jesse, and thank you, Jason. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to do anything about the volume, Sean, because I thought I had a microphone with me, but she actually took it and used it for something else. So,
I left it at home in my desk drawer.
yeah.
Many 1,000 apologies.
So I actually turned the camera phone around.
Should I try to bring it closer to us?
Yeah, you can. I'm just gonna do it, I guess. Since I'll be
Oh.
Hang on here. Let me get on the other side and I'll adjust it. Or I'll try to at least. I don't know if the microphone is not any better this way, then I'll try flipping it around, I guess.
Let's just try it closer like that first.
Alright.
And then we'll just get to it.
Okay.
Perhaps we should just project. I don't have any trouble projecting, so.
No, projecting is not something you've ever had an issue with. Try to get this. Just want to pull it a little bit. There we go-ish. Sorry, I'm messing with this old tripod thing. It's a little fidgety.
Oh, well, Don says it's not perfect, but it's good enough for government work.
Believe it. Yeesh. Drive me crazy. It's about to be fine.
You're about to be seeing this phone in the pool.
There we go. That'll have to do. I'll quit messing with it.
All right, I'm gonna go through some questions. Taking her somewhere nice for dinner. We just ate at a steakhouse.
Yes, it was nice.
Where did we eat last night? I already forgot.
Cracker Barrel?
Oh, it was Cracker Barrel last night. That's
Cracker
right.
Barrel.
That's like our tradition. Every time we come to Boone.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. I mean, because we have Cracker Barrel back home that we never eat at. But when we come to Boone, we got to eat at one. Okay. Have you tried the PRS SE Paul's guitars?
I have not. I've tried the Core model Paul's guitar, and I liked it a lot. I would like to try one of the SE ones, but I just haven't had an opportunity just yet.
Okay. Rodney asks, do you own a Solar guitar?
I do not. I think the necks on those are probably a little too thin for me. He's like a metally kind of guy. They tend to like really thin necks, like really thin pancakes.
Literally was about to say that exact same line. Did the new Eastman guitars arrive?
Not yet. I just talked Eastman, not Eastwood, right? Make sure I'm answering the right question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just talked to them like I guess yesterday. They emailed me yesterday, and I think they're gonna ship that stuff out to me the beginning of this next week. So I imagine I'll be seeing them later this coming week. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I was trying to see if my chair like lowers, but I don't think it does.
Nope.
Well, James is begging you to give him that new Greco. Super Noob wants to know what was the name of the pickups in your Japanese copy Les Paul, because they sounded great.
Which one? You mean the tobacco sunburst one? Misa? Is that what you? That's the one you're talking about?
The Greco.
Yeah, I mean I've had a couple. The first Greco and the one that I kept, the tobacco burst one, that has Planet Tone pickups in it. It's a full throttle bridge and a 78 Pasadena neck. That's one of my favorite. Oh, the fan.
Let me turn that off.
That's one of my favorite pickup combos ever. In fact, it was pretty much my favorite pickup combo until Planet Tone did my signature pickups. So now those are my favorite because they're just even a little bit closer to what I wanted.
Okay. So, have you tried V-Pix?
V-Pix. I don't guess so. I don't know that one. That sounds familiar though. I've been using the I don't think I have any with me, but actually I might on my little keychain thing. Oh, that's your keys.
As I say, you won't find any on my keys.
They're around here somewhere. I've been using the John Petrucci like flow picks that are kind of burgundy looking. They're thick and they're kind of shaped like a Jazz 3, but they're bigger than a Jazz 3.
Are they THICC thick?
Yes, they are. They look like a snack.
Brandon wants to know, have you tried a Glarry guitar?
Yes, I've tried several of them. They've sent me some to demo. In fact, there's some demos on the channel if you want to check them out. They've been reasonably good quality. The last one I got was kind of, as it was put together, was sort of better than the first two. But I went to take it apart because I was going to do like a whole thing where we upgraded that whole guitar and put new tremolo, new tuners, and did all that. I took the neck off to spray some tinted nitro on it just to make it look nice. And before I even had a chance to put the finish on it, the neck swelled up, like the bottom of it, the neck pocket part, swelled up so far that I could not get it back in the neck pocket. So I'm going to have to either fix that or probably not fix that and just do it on different because it's a really cheap guitar. I don't want to spend that much time on it.
All right, Jesse Howard says, worship team Christmas party. They're playing Dirty Santa. And for the gift, he's going to put a Kemper sticker on a bread toaster and call it a Kemper toaster.
Very nice.
But Corey asks, when are you two going to do another song together? You guys sounded so good doing Jolene.
Thank you. Well, we had kind of worked on doing like a version of the Whole New World from Aladdin, and I wanted to tweak a couple things on it, and then my computer crashed like beyond all repair. Like I had to completely rebuild the operating system from nothing. So I've got to go back and see how big a deal it's going to be for me to put all that back in there.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to start over.
We may have to start over. I don't know. Maybe we'll use some of that stuff, or we may do a different song. I don't know. I have some ideas for some stuff that we could do.
Don asks, do you exchange anniversary gifts? And if so, what did you give each other and who is the best gift giver? I'm going to answer this for you. No, we don't give each other gifts on our anniversary.
Not usually.
Because it's really close to Christmas.
Mhm.
And our daughter's birthday is the week before our anniversary, so there's that.
So we're broke.
But I am the best gift giver.
Overall, she's the best gift giver. Occasionally, I'll pull one out.
I'm good.
Like one time, I gave her a cameo from Commander Shepard. That was pretty good.
That was good.
But
But I had my dad build him a guitar bench, like workbench.
it's true.
And it's like,
She has been consistently really good at gift giving.
I'm like if you've seen Parks and Rec, and Leslie is like a master gift giver. I'm not Leslie, no, I'm close.
She's close. She's not. She hasn't quite got the full, puzzles and everything. And Ron's like, I would like that. Please do that for me.
Ken K says, have you seen the Boaz guitar that was crowdsourced, and what did you think?
Yeah, I did see that. I saw it on Brad the Guitarologist channel first, and then I went and checked it out. And I think that's a really, really cool idea. It's a modular guitar. So it's, just because Heather doesn't know what we're talking about. So it's basically like a guitar that has a little thing that you can change the kind of pickups that are in it just by like pulling them in and putting them out. And you can change the shape of the body, or you can just play it without it. And it's like, I can't remember what it's made of. Some like, like aerospace grade type plastic or something. Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's really cool though. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to check one of those out. I think it's really neat. It's very forward thinking.
Don says you need to step up your game.
I do.
Jesse asks, any piece of gear that you have GAS for right now? Oh, because he just buys it if he wants it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't usually want that much. You know what I mean? Like most of the time, I pretty much got whatever I want covered. I think the PRS SE hollow bodies are really cool. I'd like to maybe give those a try. But other than that, and maybe like some kind of baritone. I really would like to have a baritone guitar, just for recording purposes.
Well, we're all caught up.
Hey, we did it. Hope everyone's having a good evening.
We're getting close to Thanksgiving.
Hooray, hooray.
Corey Gass is gear addiction syndrome?
I would say it's gear acquisition syndrome.
Acquisition.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah,
Almost.
I guess it's sort of interchangeable. It just means you want a new piece of guitar gear. I used to be a lot like that, but there were a few pieces of gear, like when I got the Helix, I was like, I don't really want that many things anymore because it just does so much.
I feel like yours was more like GTS, gear trading.
Yeah, I get a little wild here sometimes and I like to trade some stuff. I was just thinking about like maybe selling some of the guitars that I have that I don't play a whole lot to look and see. Some of them I have sentimental attachments to because I like spent time working on them. It's not that they're like the most amazing guitars in the world. Like that Vault Jazzmaster.
That can never be.
It's not the most amazing guitar in the world or anything, but like it's really cool when I did it myself,
Don, how dare you ask that question?
I know.
Is Cora's guitar finished?
No. No, it's not. I am getting to a point now where I'm gonna be able to do some more work. After she gets off for Christmas, like for Christmas break, she's a teacher, she will help me watch Cora some because I would prefer to spray, finish, and do that stuff during the day rather than try to do it at night. And so
Yes, because it smells up the house.
oh, that too, yeah. If I can do it outside. So yeah, she could kind of help me keep an eye on Cora so I got a few things. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you how to relic from the beginning thing. So not on Cora's guitar, different guitar.
Big holiday plans?
I wouldn't say big holiday plans. We have
Just
a lot of them.
Normal holiday plans, like my family, his family, kind of thing.
Because there's her immediate family we're going to do stuff with. Then there's her extended family.
No, we'll just do one big thing.
We're talking about just for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Christmas now
Well, yeah.
is different.
Well, these are holidays.
Yeah,
But-
for Christmas we'll do like my immediate family, like Christmas Eve or something.
But what ends up happening with
Big
me is
family.
there's like, see, my parents split up when I was young, so there's like whatever my mom's side of the family's doing, and like her parents, and then there's whatever my dad's side of the family's doing, and his parents, and and that's a whole big side of the family. And then of course, whatever we do with Heather's family too. So it can be a lot. Just a lot of driving back and forth and eating until you die.
Yeah, well, mostly like trying to drag a 3-year-old around to too many things in one day, we all know is a recipe for disaster. So we usually only pick one place to go per day.
She's pretty much done after one thing most of the time.
Yeah.
She was wiped out on her birthday because we did lunch like 5 minutes from our house, and then later that evening we went like 10 minutes to her parents' house.
It was a big day.
She was done.
Brandon asked, what guitar do you have that you can recommend? He'll say any of his PRSs.
Well, it depends on what kind of music you want to play and what sort of stuff you're into. I have lots of guitars that I like. I love PRS. I mean, they're great. Like, they kind of suit me the best as far as if I'm trying to just express myself, just play my music, you know, if that makes sense. PRS really speaks for me. But there are other things that I think other guitars maybe do a little better. Like they have a more vintagey character if I'm trying to do something specific.
Brandon plays with his church.
Plays with his church. Should ask
Jesse.
Jesse's the...
Jesse Howard's going to hit you up and tell you what guitar you should play in
He's
church.
going to tell you need a Duesenberg and a very large pedal board with Strymon pedals and lots of spacey sounds.
Hey, it's your dad.
Hey, Dad.
Jason said, who's up for some Daniel Boone Inn for breakfast? We were just talking about that today because we just drove past it.
Yeah.
I've never eaten there. I mean, he has, but...
I've eaten there once, and that was I guess probably 10 years ago. It was good. I didn't think it was the most amazing thing I've ever had or anything. But I also grew up with grandmothers who cook that kind of food, so I'm just kind of used to it. You know, it didn't seem like anything better than one of my grandmas would have cooked.
Hitman wants to know where you got that Malcolm guitar from.
The orange guitar, I guess is what you're talking about. That is a Fool Audio research guitar. He did a very limited run of those, and I ended up giving that guitar away to somebody. But I don't know if you can. I don't think he's doing any more of those right now. I haven't talked to him in a while. But you should go to Eastwood, not Eastman, Eastwood. They make a guitar called the Classic AC, and it's pretty spot on Malcolm's kind of guitar. So far everything I've played from Eastwood, whether it's has Eastwood on the headstock or it's just something they distribute like Revolta or Backland or whatever, it's all really good. Their fretwork is outstanding, impressive.
All right, Jim asked the Beatles or the Stones. It's going to be hands down the Beatles.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Stones a lot, but I think if we're just sheer quality of work overall, I'm going to say the Beatles.
I like the Stones 0%.
I
think they have the most boring music ever. Put you to sleep, gross,
well,
boring.
They're a specific time period thing, you know.
Boring.
I like the Stones a lot, but yeah, if I had to pick between the two, I think I'd probably pick the
Hating
Beatles,
on the Stones.
just for their catalog of work.
Hating on the Stones.
Incredible songwriters.
Have you ever given Skype lessons, either playing or repair?
No, I haven't. I'm open to the idea of doing that kind of thing. I did teach lessons on a website called Infinite Guitar for a while, and that was not one-on-one lessons. It was I would do a video lesson and then upload it, and then so you can go look at all my instructor stuff. So infiniteguitar.com if you want to see any of those. But I had thought about it before. I think it just depends on if teaching is something I would say I'm not super great at teaching, right?
Well, he's never taught.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's not great at it, but he's never done it.
Yeah, it's more than just knowing how to do whatever it is. I mean, there's teaching is an art form, as she can tell you.
Yes, it is. Okay. Don says Eastman makes wonderful mandolins. It would be wonderful to see Heather review one.
Yeah, that would be cool. I was gonna talk to them about some acoustic type stuff, probably first of the year or whatever. They're gonna send me a Romeo guitar to do a demo of, and also a T59B to do a demo of. So I'm really excited about those. I love semi-hollow body guitars, and I am trying to get Eastwood. It's so funny. I'm working with Eastman and Eastwood at the same time. I am talking to.
Do you feel lucky?
I can't do that.
Well,
Right
do you?
But I'm trying to get Eastwood to send me like a tenor guitar or something for her to mess around with, because they make all kinds of tenor guitars, and you can kind of tune those like octave mandolins, so that'd be neat.
Java answered Rush to the Beatles or Stones question.
Yeah, I mean, I would take Rush over both of them.
What do you think of the Rival Sons?
I like the Rival Sons. When I was playing with Josh Sanders, we used to do a few Rival Sons songs. We did, oh gosh, what was the name of that? We did Keep On Swinging, and there was another one too. But I mean, yeah, it's fun. Like I like their stuff. It's kind of somewhere between like Zepp and the Doors and stuff. And it's a really unique sound. I dig it. I like their front man. He's a great singer.
Your dad wants you to know that the Stones are not boring.
I agree. They're not boring.
Greetings, Ron. Ken says Stones were great with Mick Taylor only.
Yeah, the like very early versions of the Stones are what do it for me. That's my personal preference.
We're all caught up.
Oh, all caught up. Man, we tried to. Like, we didn't realize there was going to be a football game this weekend, and
It's been a very unsuccessful day for us
Yeah.
trying to get out into
And
the town of Boone and do
if
stuff.
you've never been to Boone before, Boone is like pretty well interconnected with Appalachian State. Like, it's all kind of one thing. And so when something big happens at App, like a football game on Saturday, the whole town just gets like crazy. And we didn't realize there was going to be a football game today, and so we tried to do several different things, and we were pretty much just blocked off at every turn by something.
Yep. Movies, nothing's playing because there's
No.
only like 4 theaters in the cinemas in the small movie theater here.
Yeah.
Nothing there.
And ain't nobody want to watch the new.
Tried to
Twilight
go
movie.
downtown to the Mass General Store. No place to park.
No place to park. Not even
Because
remotely.
Streets were
close.
filled.
Yeah.
Tried to go bowling. 10 lanes. Every lane filled.
It was like some.
And then like 4 lanes were a birthday.
Yeah, it was like a birthday party, and then like all the other lanes.
It was
were
a
filled.
30-minute wait list to bowl.
Yeah, yeah. She was like, "Well, we'll put you on the wait list." And I was like, "I'm not gonna go."
I'm not gonna hang out 30 minutes to bowl.
Like, we'll go do something else.
So,
So we ended up just hanging out in our hotel's pool.
Yep.
we had lunch in the.
we traveled an hour and a half away. Stay in a hotel pool.
They do have like a little hot tub thing, but that was nice.
Corey asks, what are your thoughts on the Plek machine?
Yeah, those
Worth
are-
the cost of sending a guitar or 2 to get it done?
I think the Plek machine is only as good as the person who's operating it. I've never used one personally, but I understand the concept. Like, I've seen it done, and like I think there's a guy in Raleigh, which is a couple hours south of where we live, and that has a Plek machine. It's a really cool idea. Like, very, very cool. However, I don't know that I would say it's any better than having just a really good luthier do the job. I mean,
Okay, what's being done with this machine?
it kind of like examines the exact like minute level of the frets and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and it has like a little, almost like a little drill saw thing that comes up and will just shave the frets so that they're exactly level
Oh,
and do all that kind of stuff. It's really cool, but you definitely got to know how to use it, and then I still think they have to go back and like crown the frets and everything by hand. I'm pretty sure.
well, 2 people here, Jim and Super Noob, both say yes for the Plek, that it does a good job, and it did a good job on the guitars.
Yeah, I think if you go send it to a place, like I think probably Sweetwater, I think probably has a Plek machine, and I bet they do a good job with it because
Don asks, what do you think of the new Fender Ultra guitars?
didn't seem like that much different to me. I mean, I could see where they made some changes, but there's some things they changed that I like wish they wouldn't have. Like, I love the spoke truss rod thing in the heel of the guitar rather than putting it back up at the headstock. That just makes sense to me. I wish they had left it there. That's where it was on the American Elite or whatever, the previous model. The neck cut is cool, and I do think the new noiseless pickups sound better than the old noiseless pickups. But not super crazy about some of the finishes. I don't like mocha burst.
This doesn't even sound good.
It's like a old man sunburst, like you would call it. but instead of being translucent, it's metal flake. So it looks super cheesy, in my opinion. But some of the other finishes look really cool.
Super Noob says that Pleck trains the people that use it.
Yeah, I think the people that really know what they're doing with that can get some fantastic results. I don't think I've ever had a plecked guitar other than supposedly new Gibsons are all plecked, and I've had a couple of those, and they were not perfect. Like that Les Paul Traditional that I had was a 2018, so it should have been plecked, and it definitely had some issues. And my Firebird has got some pinched spots on the fretboard that I need to deal with. I do like that guitar though.
Sean says it sounds like he was along with us because that's the kind of nights that he usually has when he tries to do something. It's like this every time we go out. Like we try to like go somewhere for each anniversary, just like an hour or two away,
Yeah,
whatever.
just get out of town.
You know, just for a couple nights. And every time we do
Something.
we never actually get to like do anything besides like maybe like shop and go out to eat, which is nice. I mean, we still
Yeah.
get like, you know, time
Yeah,
away
like
from like the dogs and Cora and stuff.
We went to Asheville last year and I got sick.
Yeah, we'd only stay there one night. He got sick the next day, so we had to go back home.
I mean, like almost like food poisoning sick. It was bad.
Yeah. I can't remember if we went anywhere before that. Well, I mean, we've been to Boone once for another anniversary, and we went back to Cherry Grove
Cherry Grove.
one time.
Because that was
I
where
think.
Cherry Grove is where we went on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And we went back for an anniversary later.
Um,
That may have been our first anniversary, actually.
actually, I think we just went to the beach that summer.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it was just a summer trip. Jason says if you have time, ride up to Val Cruises. Is that how you say that? To the original Mass General Store there. It's only about 10 minutes outside of Boone, headed towards Grandfather Mountain. I didn't know that. I didn't know there was another Mass General up here.
I don't guess I knew that either. Most of the time when I was in Boone, I was like in Boone. You know, it's like a college area, so I just kind of be somewhere in the town vicinity.
Jake wants to know why do you have a pair of gloves on your wall in your studio / man cave?
He keeps asking this, and I'm never gonna tell him. I'm never gonna tell him. No, I'll tell you. It's really not anything special. They're like Vault Tech gloves, like Fallout themed. And I think they came in one of these, like I would call it like a loot box that either Heather or
It was me.
was you. I couldn't remember if it was you or your
Because
brother.
I always like to get you a loot box.
Yeah,
You never know.
So Heather got me like a box, and it had just a bunch of Fallout-related memorabilia in it. And it had these gloves in it that said Vault Tech on them, and I would have worn them except for that they're apparently sized for like little baby hands. And I was like, well, I guess I'll just put them up there with the rest of the stuff. And I was like, well, you can't really see them on the shelf, so I just stuck them on the wall. So
Oh, and he doesn't just stick things on the wall. He staple guns everything that you see in there. It's staple gun to the wall.
or nailed.
I just want to point that out.
Yeah, could be nailed.
So, should we ever decide to leave that house, that room's going to require some serious, like, touch-up.
Well, I mean, with all the stuff I got mounted on the wall, guitars and everything, I have to do that anyway. So believe me, you take one of those guitar hangers down, you're taking some paint with it. There you go. Now that's been eating at you for weeks.
Now you know. The big secret.
Like he's asked that like 3 or 4 times in different things. I was like, I'm gonna answer you eventually. Sorry.
He says, now is that so hard? It's driving him crazy.
Now you know. Yeah, most of the stuff on the wall, like behind me in the corner, when I'm doing something usually to my left, it's mostly like Fallout memorabilia type stuff that she's given me or someone in my family has given me. They know I really like that stuff. Well, I've been really into the Outer Worlds, so I'm gonna have to get some Outer World stuff now.
Hi guys. Can you say hello to my daughter Taylor? She loves you guys. Hi Taylor.
Hi Taylor.
Hi Mark. Luke and the lovely lady. Oh, he hates being called Luke.
I don't hate it as much as I used to when I was a kid.
You never allowed me to call you that. No nicknames.
What?
It's out of the name. It's always Lucas.
Well,
Never
Luke is not great because like you're adding KE to a name that doesn't have KE in it. Usually a nickname is just shortening it. Maybe you add a Y or something, but like.
What about Bob being short for Robert?
I mean,
You're adding a B.
that doesn't make sense to me. Just like Bill being short for William.
What about Richard and Dick?
I don't get it.
Huh?
But it used to bother me a lot when I was a kid because, like, everyone had seen Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, and so they'd be like, "Oh, Luke, I am your father." And I'm like, "It's Lucas. It's not. Just stop." Like, when you're in elementary school and you hear that from like 30 different people all day, you're like, "Okay, yeah, it's not that funny." But I don't really care.
Mark says it's a reference to Steve Lukather.
Lukather.
Lukather?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his name is Luke.
Lukather.
Yeah.
So you got a lisp.
Yeah, I would.
Lukather.
Like you're saying, look at her, look at her. No, yeah, he's a fantastic guitar player.
Don wants to know if we're watching The Mandalorian, and the answer to that is no.
We have Disney Plus.
I mean, we have access to it,
But we haven't.
and I probably will at some point. Check
Yeah,
it out. Just been too tired lately.
We still haven't watched the.
Yeah, we're still behind on like the new
the
Star
Last
Wars
Jedi.
trilogy.
That's the one that we
So-
have. We watched The Force Awakens, but that took us forever to get to.
Yeah, we've got to watch it so we can see the last one in theaters.
Yeah, we need to watch The Last Jedi.
The Rise of Skywalker.
That's the one that's coming out.
Yeah, one's coming out. So we need to watch the other ones so we can
Yeah, we need to get on that.
get on that.
So we'll probably do that sometime in the middle of next year.
Phil wants to know, do you have a favorite treble booster?
I don't know that I've ever had an actual treble booster pedal, but I tend to use booster pedals set in kind of a bright fashion. So, like, if I use a tube screamer, I usually have the tone up pretty high, probably 3 o'clock or something. And I have been known to use a Boss GE7 graphic EQ pedal just to boost the top end frequencies a little bit. But I've never really tried an actual treble booster. I'd like to. It'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you get that set at 4 o'clock, too late.
That was like a dad joke, probably.
Java says Angus Maker's Muse YouTube channel did a Vault-Tec Mini 3D printer setup.
Oh, cool.
Ron asked, Helix or Headrush, have you used either at home, church, or gigs?
I've used the Helix at gigs. I have not. I don't have a Headrush. I know some people that have them and really like them, and I think at least with the full Headrush board, I think you can load IRs or impulse responses. And to me, if you're going to do a DI thing, that is the most important thing, is to be able to have impulse responses, because that's what makes it sound real. There's some really good amp models that if you don't put it through a good impulse response, it doesn't sound good. So, but I know a lot of people like those. The Helix is the end all for me. But
Jake says, are you familiar with a guy named Billy Strings? If not, look him up on YouTube because he's a super awesome guitar player.
No, I'll check them out.
What is your favorite electric guitar for the blues? Capital B.
There's different kinds of blues. I mean, my probably first obvious kind of choice would be like a Strat, because I'm a huge Stevie Ray fan. But I like, I've really gotten into vintage two humbucker guitars in that middle position to try and get that B.B. King thing. So any kind of Gibson-y type guitar in the middle position with a good set of two humbuckers, or my DG2 with the Statera pickups in it, do it great too. But my first choice would probably be a Strat.
Ron asked, what does IR mean? In reality? Look, I was just going for that, okay?
Well, you could say IRL, and that means in real life, but IR stands for impulse response.
Aha.
Yeah, and so what an impulse response is, if you're not familiar, is it's like a sonic photo of a speaker cabinet and the speaker inside of it and the microphone that's used to capture that, and also the preamp going back into it. So what you're doing is kind of making it so that you could kind of think of it like a cabinet model, but it's a very realistic sounding cabinet model.
Chris says, ever try a slick guitar?
No, I think those are neat. I tried to get Guitar Fetish to send me one of those to check out because I thought you guys might be interested in something, because they're so cheap. They're like $200 or something. And people love them, but I could never get them. Like, I've had some bad experiences with Guitar Fetish's customer service. Some of their stuff is pretty good, like their products are pretty good, but I have not had a good experience with their customer service.
Thoughts on Black Star amps?
I don't have a ton of experience with Black Star amps. I have played through some of those HT5s and HT20s and stuff, 40s, and I've always thought those amps sounded good, like better than the comparable Marshall, like the DSL in the same price range. I always thought the Black Star sounded better, but I really like Black Star's pedals a lot. I've got a Black Star LT distortion pedal, little orange box that I paid like $40 used for in a music store. It's amazing. I love that pedal.
Pete says for blues, Justin Johnson shovel slide guitar.
I've seen that. That's really cool. Yeah, I would never build one of those. I would just, because then I'd be like, well, where am I gonna set this? Because you can't really hang it up, and they usually only have like 3 strings or something.
Mark says, do either of you like country music?
Yeah. She likes it more than I do.
Well, I mean, I like real country music. He likes southern rock that is kind of country music too.
Well, let's make some differentiations here. I like real country music. Like I like old country music, like 50s, 60s,
Like western
maybe
music.
70s, like country and western music. What Heather considers real country music is 90s country music, like
Hey, if
Alan
it ain't Alan
Jackson.
Jackson, it's not country music.
I like that stuff.
I don't
some
like
of
most
it.
modern country music.
Yeah, I hardly like any kind of non-country. But like I like Zach Brown. You know,
But I mean, I like the old western stuff too.
yeah,
I mean, I like that.
way old country stuff. I like that.
But then we like the more southern rock side of it, like Travis Tritt,
Now Southern rock is my thing.
that kind of.
Anything that's kind of
Direction.
Southern rock. Like I love the Allman Brothers, Molly Hatchet, Leonard Skinner, of course. Oh gosh, there's so many good. Blackfoot. Blackberry Smoke is a more recent one that I really like. They're great.
As Firefly fans, Jeremy says that we will like the Mandalorian because it's got that space/western feel. Shiny.
Shiny Captain.
Bima says, love your guitar today!
Thank you.
That was with 3 exclamation points.
Thank you. Little echo for you.
Jason said the Highwaymen.
Yeah, Marshall Tucker Band. Also new that I like a lot is Chris Stapleton. I would call him country, I guess, but he's kind of Southern rocky.
He's definitely country.
Yeah, but also
But he's also got that
there's a strong blues kind of
thing
Southern rocky thing going
in
on
there too. Pete says Merle, Willie, and Waylon.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I don't love Merle Haggard. I don't love Willie Nelson, and I don't love Waylon Jennings either. So
I
maybe
like-
don't
I like-
country.
Merle and Waylon, but I love Willie. Willie's a big
You
one.
like George Strait?
Yeah.
I just don't like. I like Willie's songs, but his voice is not good.
Oh, I love it.
I just don't like the thin little old man vibrato that he's got going on.
I'm into it.
Just don't care for it.
I like Willie a lot.
I mean, I don't like Bob Dylan either. I like
Also,
his songs.
Willie's son is a great guitar player, Lucas Nelson. It's spelled with a K though. But yeah, Dad and I went and saw Willie and I guess John Mellencamp a few years ago, and his son Lucas was playing guitar for him up there, and he was kicking some tail.
Mark Bundy said Vince Gill. You know it.
Yeah,
I do like Vince Gill.
Vince is
He's it.
like
He's good.
incredibly talented.
Yeah.
Great singer, great guitar player, plays horn, like trumpet and stuff. I mean, he's really, really good.
Jake says we would like Marcus King.
Oh yeah, I've heard a little bit of Marcus King. Yeah.
I have not. I have to look that up.
I don't know. It might be a little too, like, she's very, like, vocal driven.
Yeah.
So the more, like, music jamming kind of stuff in the song is, the
I
less
don't
likely she is
love
to like it.
jam bands.
Yeah, I don't know that I would put Marcus King in jam band,
Okay.
but there is some musicianship involved, you know.
I mean, I don't mind some. It's gotta. Like, I like it when people jam in a song when you're live, because it's like this feeling in the room
Yeah, like
that you've got going.
part of the experience.
You know, yeah. But I don't always love a song that's on a CD to have like big long jams built in, because like I get bored. I start daydreaming halfway through.
And this is a true story. If the song starts and then there haven't been vocals within the first 30 seconds, she will skip the song.
Yeah, I hate songs that have like a 2-minute instrumental intro. I'm like,
She'll just skip it.
get to the song. Just get to the song. Unless it's like really special. I mean,
Yeah.
occasionally.
I'm not that way because I listen to Rush or Dream Theater and stuff like that. I like instrumental stuff. It's really cool.
Let's see. Jesse says his buddy Adam handles Vince Gill's trucking needs for his shows.
Oh, cool.
Be sweet.
Very cool.
Would you both agree that Jimmy Page is the greatest guitar player of, in all caps, all time? No. I know he's gonna say no.
Well, okay. I think greatest guitar player covers a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like, I love Jimmy Page. So don't get me wrong about that. I absolutely love Jimmy Page. Huge influence on me. I love Zeppelin. Jimmy, fantastic songwriter, riff writer, studio wizard. Not the most accurate guitar player in the world. Some of that due to drugs and alcohol. But yeah, like early stuff, if you watch them like at those BBC sessions and stuff where he's still playing the Telecaster, he's really kicking butt. But by the time they're in like Madison Square Garden, like Jimmy's getting kind of sloppy, which is okay. I mean, I still like that a lot. So I don't know. I don't think I would. To me, just because of the era in which I was raised and the kind of music that I listened to, if someone was gonna say, who's the best guitar player in the world, the greatest guitar player of all time, my default is to say Eddie Van Halen, because I think Eddie just took electric guitar to an entirely different planet. Like, it just became something way different. You know, guys like Clapton and Hendrix did something really, really impressive and cool and new before that. But Eddie just went like, just blew everyone's minds.
Yeah. If you follow his account on Instagram, sometimes we do little stories, and I'll pick a bunch of like really famous guitar players, and he'll have to choose between them. Because like we did one, and it was like a countdown to like the best, and he picked Eddie for that.
Yeah, I know there are guys who are more technically proficient than Eddie, like guys like Guthrie Govan, who are just absolute master guitar players, or like Tom Coyle is that way. He just blows my mind. But something about Eddie's style and the way that he does what he does, to me, it just makes Eddie king.
All right, let me back up now. People have been talking about that. Let's see. Jake said no 8-minute songs then. You right. Okay, back on that. Ken says Johnny Highland.
Johnny Highland's a fantastic guitar player.
Great country player.
Yeah. Actually, a really good rock guitar player, too.
Pete says Jimmy's okay, but he's no SRV.
No, it's a different kind of thing. Like, I like Jimmy a lot, but yeah, definitely a different kind of thing.
Oh my gosh. Bima, that's kind of weird. He says we look just alike, like a twin brother-sister. Perfect match. That's weird.
I don't really see
We're
that.
just growing into this. Okay, we didn't always look alike.
Yeah, I don't see it, but I have heard other people say that.
Well, they say, as you grow older together,
Yeah.
you just become the same person.
Now, I went to church when I was a kid with a doctor and his wife, and I swear they could have been identical twins. They were obviously not related, but it was unbelievable. So their kids, like, of course, looked exactly like them. So it was like a whole family of just clones.
Like, if we're going to become the same person, I mean, someday he's going to vote the same way I vote. Like,
Yeah,
something
that's
crazy.
Not gonna
Hell's
happen.
going to freeze over. Pigs shall be flying.
I promise you that will never
The
happen.
trumpet of the Lord shall sound, and all that's going to be happening.
She and I will never vote the same way.
I don't know. Like, the two parties are going so far. Like, maybe someone will rise in the middle. Maybe we will someday
Yeah.
vote for the same person. Who knows?
And
Let's see.
maybe it'll be The Rock.
Mark just typed, Jimmy is a lot of things. That's it.
I
There's a
love
lot of
Jimmy
things.
Page, but you got to take the good with the bad. Like, not all of Jimmy's stuff was hot.
Mark asked, what about Richie Kotzen? Did he say that?
Yeah, Richie's a fantastic guitar player too. I really like all the stuff that he did, you know, when he was in Mr. Big and all that kind of stuff was really cool. But I have been the most impressed by him with the Winery Dogs, because that's such a cool band, and Richie is the one that, like, me and my friend Evan would say that, like, you know, you can have three things. You can be good looking, you can be a great singer, you can be a great guitar player. Pick two of those things. You know, you can't have all three, and Richie's got all three. He's like handsome, looks like Chris Cornell, and he sounds like Chris Cornell when he sings, and he's like an incredible guitar player. I'm like, dude, come on, like, leave some space for the rest of us.
ACDC for Life says Randy Rhoads ahead of his time.
Yeah, I like Randy a lot. Like, I think there was this perceived competition, I think, for a while there between, like, Eddie and Randy, but as far as I can tell, like, Randy had really, like, nothing but respect for Eddie, and I think Eddie was a little bit secretive about some of his stuff because he felt like that was his thing, but they were both fantastic guitar players.
Mark says he's not talking about technicians. Jimmy is a melody-making machine.
Yeah.
Terrific acoustic player. He checks all boxes. His slop is better than most others' tops.
Well, certainly if you're comparing to a lot of the stuff that's happening now in modern, like, what I would call... like,
I hope, Mark,
like
that I gave that all of the...
Like, modern mainstream music, even modern mainstream rock now is just, like, lazy. And there was so much really cool, unique things happening. Like, Zeppelin, despite the fact that they would go from genre to genre to genre and try all kinds of different things, they always still sounded like Zeppelin. And, you know, like, all the members of that band are incredibly talented. John Paul Jones does not get enough respect as a...
John Paul Jones.
I mean, he's like a full-blown composer. Incredible. But yeah, I love Jimmy. I mean, I'm working on, like, I got this new Greco that's like a cherry sunburst. And my whole idea when I saw that was like, well, I'm going to have to do that in a Jimmy Page guitar because I'm a huge Jimmy Page fan.
Phil says that he watched my Far Cry 5 video.
Hey.
And will there be more? More on Far Cry 5 or more on other videos? Games? I don't know.
Did you do New Dawn at the same time or did you just do 5?
No, I just did 5. I haven't done New Dawn. I did record some like footage, but I can't remember what I did with it, honestly. I will do whatever people would like to see.
Well,
you want to see something?
We just were at like Walmart or something, and we bought the remastered Spyro collection. So maybe she'll do Spyro for you.
Let's see. But it's a big hassle, like trying to record the video, record audio, record the video game, and get all that piece together.
Oh man, it must be really.
Just haven't had time lately. I have more time to do that during the summer and like.
Must be really hard to do all that, to like record something and then record a second system audio and then like try to sync all that stuff up and then try to make it. That's got to be difficult. I can imagine that's difficult. Come on, she walked into that one.
And work a 40-hour week job? Yes, it is.
That's true.
Okay. Let's see. We had more. Wesley says, nope. Somebody spoke before Wesley. I'll get to you in a second, Wesley. Griffey says, didn't you have a cover of Higher by Creed on YouTube like years ago?
Yeah, like more than a decade ago. In fact, I think it's still up there. Like, it's just not on my channel. My roommate at the time had a YouTube channel. This is like before I even had one. And we were messing around with doing that kind of stuff. And he's like, you should record that. So I did it and we put it up. It wasn't great.
Wesley says John 5 has to be on that list of guitar players.
He's really interesting. Like, I wouldn't say John 5 is like one of my favorite guitar players, but I give him tremendous credit for one, as a technician, and two, for being so unique. Like, he has a very distinct sound about him, because it's this weird combination of like really classic country and like metal.
Mark wants to know, Anderson, what singers inspire your vocal style? He's gonna say, well, I don't know if you're gonna say this, but a lot of people comment that you sound like Miles Kennedy.
Yeah, I think that's interesting.
But you didn't grow up listening to him, so it's not like
No.
he influenced the way you sound, even though you sound similar.
Yeah.
So I don't know who would.
Like, if I had to put vocal influences, like people who affected the way that I sounded, Sammy Hagar, huge for me. Derek St. Holmes from Ted Nugent's band. Mark Farner from Grand Funk Railroad.
Oh yeah, definitely that one. I'll say a little bit of Rush with like your high singing.
Yeah, Geddy Lee.
The way you.
Geddy Lee.
Yeah.
And of course Robert Plant, you know. And Ricky Medlock from Blackfoot. But yeah, it wasn't until I had already been singing and playing in bands and playing in bars for a long time that I discovered Alter Bridge and was like, oh dude, this guy's awesome. And someone was like, you kind of sound like him. And I was like,
Yeah, you still get comments like
I
that.
still do, yeah. I think we're in the same neighborhood. He's a
Um,
better singer than I am. but-
Before I go down the list of the other people's comments, Jesse, I just want you to know it's holding your comment for me to approve, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to read to you the comment.
Okay.
It says, his John 5 video on behind the nut string bends is nuts. And it's holding your video comment like it's inappropriate because you said,
Because you said.
I'm going to show the comment now. Okay. Mark says if you look up thank you from the BBC sessions, Jimmy is absolutely on fire.
Yeah, those original BBC sessions, the one where it's on like Grey Whistle Test, kind of like black and white, where he's got the big trench coat thing on and he's playing the telly, and Robert Plant's like still skinny little guy. He's got the huge poofy hair. I mean, they are all kicking some serious tail. Like Jimmy is on.
Pete says you have to go to Japanese female rock and metal bands to get good guitar right now. Do you listen to any of those groups?
Not other than when someone sends me something to check out. Not because I don't like it. I just had never fallen down that rabbit hole, which is ironic because I like a lot of Japanese stuff. I probably should check that out. I would much rather listen to that than like the Korean K-pop stuff that is so huge right now. I'm like, those young men look like ladies.
The reason why Griffey brought up the higher covers because he said that you added such a cool solo to the bridge.
Thank you. That was the one thing about that I thought was really cool, is that this is right when I had gotten into Mark, like really gotten into Mark. And so I had been listening to
Tremonti?
so I've been listening to like Blackbird and stuff. And then I went back and we listened to Creed and I was like, man, if only he put a cool solo there. And I was like, maybe I'll just try it and see what. So I tried to just like, in my head, I was like, what would Mark Tremonti do a solo like on this song if he played it now?
WWNTD.
Yeah.
What would Mark Tremonti do?
Exactly.
Mark says Rod Stewart is probably the greatest rock singer of all time.
I love Rod Stewart.
Okay, what made me chuckle is that I love Rod Stewart, and we go around doing Leave Virginia Alone like all the time, except with our dog. So. Leave the girl alone. Like we do that all the time. I do like Rod Stewart.
Yeah, we just.
I don't know if I'd call him the greatest rock singer of all time, but like I do like Rod Stewart a lot.
Rod Stewart with the Faces was killer.
I mean, like I like him a lot.
When we were driving down here, we had like a mixed playlist thing, and some of the Faces came up. It was awesome. I know, I'm such a. You would not know from looking at me that I listen to music that I listen to.
Pete recommends Love Bites, that's one word, and Band Made for the Japanese stuff.
I'll check it out. I always, like, I know it seems cheesy, but I always love this, like, old classic anime intro songs that are, like, really cool, like, almost kind of metal sounding, that they write just specifically for one season of this anime or whatever, but awesome. They're so cool. And I really love the, like, first Rurouni Kenshin one that starts off, like, all cool and electric guitar and then just turns into so happy little bubbly. I'm like, what just happened?
There you go. Baby metal?
Yeah, I keep seeing them pop up.
Please tell me it's babies playing metal.
It's not. It's what looks like.
It's not nearly as cute then.
I don't know how old they are. It looks like young Japanese girls, like, you know. Or,
Okay, are they actually talented, or are people just watching it because it's young Asian girls?
I honestly don't really know.
Just curious.
I have only watched it like once or something. That was a long time ago. I couldn't accurately tell you. Dude looks like a lady. Here's some fun story for you. I think I had shared this before, but all the girls dance, they have a backing band. Interesting. Yeah, Baby Shark. Cora's really into Baby Shark right now.
Oh yes, our daughter sings Baby Shark.
She loves it. And therefore, I also have to do it. Yeah, just dude looks like a lady. When I was in the 3rd grade, we had, at our school, we would have this fall carnival every year. And so they would try to get the kids to come up and like sing a song on a little stage thing, like just sing with, almost like karaoke. But remember, 3rd grade me was into like rock music like that my dad liked. So at the time, I was really into Permanent Vacation. That was like the first album I ever had. Dude Looks Like a Lady was on that. So me and one of my friends got up on stage, and
Was you and Wes?
Yeah, it was me and Wes. We were in third grade and sang "Dude Looks Like a Lady" for like 10 people. And I will never forget. There was this one guy in the crowd. When I say crowd, there was like
in the tins.
It was like 4 or 5 people in chairs in front of him. But like it was like older folks sitting there like, oh, well, this is funny. But there was this one guy down there, and he was going. He was like, get it, man. It was so funny.
Danny Forrest
Hey, Danny.
says that Baby Metal rocks. Musicians are great, but he says the lead guitarist passed away.
Oh, bummer.
Jake says Japanese female guitarist. Their vibrato's gonna suck.
Oh man.
You'll never live it
I'll
down.
never. And I never said it that female vibratos sucked. I just said it like I had a lot of times tell because it was shallower. Like, but shallower does not.
Shallow has a negative connotation.
Yeah, shallow does not equal bad. It's just different. Like I would say that Angus Young's vibrato is kind of shallow. It's just really fast.
Well, I'm just really hard on female musicians in general, so don't ask me.
I think it does a disservice when men who are like what I would call like just thirsty, like get on and give unnecessary like over the top crazy compliments to women who are like good looking women, like they're attractive and there's nothing to be ashamed of for that, but they're like not great guitar players, like, and they should practice and work harder to be better guitar players.
And people are like,
oh my gosh, you're so amazing, you're so amazing, like here's a record deal and here's a gear endorsement, and I'm like, yeah, but they're not that good though.
They're not good enough to warrant that. And if they were a male who was at the same talent level, they would be getting zero recognition.
And I think that does them a disservice. That's what I'm thinking.
Mark wants to know if we're Black Crowes fans.
I love the Black Crowes. I was super happy to see that they're gonna.
I'm not a fan. I mean, I don't dislike them, but I don't seek them out to listen to them either.
Yeah, me and my dad are all about the Black Crowes. I think we may be going.
This is Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
We may possibly be going to see them again, like this summer or something. We'll see. We went and saw them a few years ago, like before they broke up, obviously, and we ended up having to stand out in the rain in ponchos and watch them, but they were great. They were so good.
I think it's funny because we were just talking today about like this game that App State had here in Boone. Like a ton of people showed up for it, and it was pouring rain all day. And we were like, why would people show up to just sit at a football game in pouring rain? And I mean, it's not like it's NFL or it's like it was a major rivalry game or anything. It wasn't. But then you just sit here and tell me that you stood in the rain for a band. So I guess I understand now.
Yeah, I mean,
depends on what it is. Huh?
It wasn't raining when we got there, but we knew that there was a possibility. So we had ponchos, and it did end up raining on us. So.
Yeah.
It was them and the Tedeschi Trucks band.
Well, I have sat in pouring rain at NASCAR races more than once.
Yeah, I know.
Waiting for the storm to pass.
I went through that
and
one
the race
time,
to start back.
And it was just so rainy that they just canceled it.
Yeah, after we sat there for like an hour or more.
And we're just completely soaked.
Yes, completely soaked. And then they were like, yeah, we're just going to move it till tomorrow. It was like Memorial Day?
Something like that.
Weekend?
We were like, we're not going to drive back.
But we didn't come back in.
Yeah.
I think I had to work. I'm pretty sure that was when.
That sounds right.
I don't think I could come back because I would have went back without you.
Yeah.
Because we already paid that money for a ticket, so I would have went back, but I think I had to work.
I guess we probably want to
wrap it up.
Yeah, it's like about 9 o'clock.
All right.
Hopefully we've answered everybody's questions for the most part.
We have.
We'll I'll check out the Japanese stuff. I love Japanese culture in general. So anyway, thank you everyone for stopping by.
For joining us
joining
on this
us
special evening
on
our wedding anniversary.
On our wedding anniversary.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. We made
It's
the time. We made the time for you. And also, we couldn't go do anything else anyway because everything's so clustered around here now.
Thanks, James.
Oh, thank you.
He will enjoy the new pics.
I appreciate that.
Jason said his 17-year-old daughter, mother, and himself stood in the rain in Greensboro and listened to the Newsboys.
Mm.
That all I got. Ooh, the Newsboys, huh?
Yeah, I have to really like a band to stand in the rain for them. I'm not saying I won't do it because I have done it before, but I have to really like them. I do it for Alter Bridge. Or Van Halen. Like if I could actually see the real Van Halen. If they come back around with Roth and Michael Anthony, I'd go. I'd pay a lot of money for that.
I don't think there's any band that I like good enough to stand out in the rain. Now, if I was like in the like front row, I mean like this close to them,
Yeah.
okay. But if I'm gonna be far away anyway, I'm like, and then I'm not gonna stand.
I'll watch it on YouTube.
You got that right. Good night, everybody, and he will check out Billy Strings.
I will. Yeah.
Better write that down.
Yeah, I have to go
Okay.
back when I go to put the stuff in the description of this. I'll have to go back and make some notes. Look at the live chat. So, anyway, thank you so much, guys. We're gonna be hitting the bed for too long here because we gotta get up early
Leave in the morning.
so we can get home in time to go pick up baby Cora. She's been staying with Nan and Papa. So, I guess. Should expect, hopefully, a new video from me, I think probably middle of this week. Wednesday, maybe. So, we'll see.
Bye, guys.
See you later.